Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to the Fangoria Movie Challenge. Now, this is a segment I've been doing with my good buddy Joe the Horror Man, where we're not only going to watch, but also review all 101 movies Fangoria thinks we should have seen. Today, we're going to be talking about Maniac. Maniac is a 1980 film which runs approximately 87 minutes and is directed by William Lustig. Now, he was responsible for Uncle Sam, the Maniac Cop series, and Vigilante. This stars the late great Joe Spinell as Frank Zito. He passed away on January 13th, 1989, at the age of 52. He was in Night Shift, Rocky, and The Godfather. It also stars Carolyn Monroe as Anne Diatoni. She was in The Spy Who Loved Me, Slaughter High, and Faceless. And Kelly Piper as a nurse. She passed away on December 4th, 2009 at the age of 59. She was in Vice Squad, Rawhead Rex, and Reckless, and In Love. Now, the budget on this film was $350,000, and this is a prime example of true guerrilla filmmaking. William Lustig didn't have permits to shoot where he shot, just got the shot and moved on. This has special effects work by Tom Savini. He's also in the film briefly. And this is a true time capsule of what it was like in New York at that time period. It's very gritty, it's very grimy. I feel like most people have probably seen this, but in case you haven't, there's really not much to this film. This film is about Frank Zito. He's a guy with mommy issues who goes on a killing spree in New York City. That's basically the story. Now, here's one of the things that I've always thought about it. I never considered this movie just a straight slasher. I always considered it a character study of Frank Zito and of, what it means to be crazy. But it is a slasher. It's, it is a slasher movie. It just feels like a biographical picture, or, like I said before, a character study. Joe Spinell is amazing in this film. What a waste. Which leads me to my relatable recommendation. I'm a big fan of Joe Spinell. Rest in peace, sir. I'm going to recommend The Undertaker. Now, I love this movie and hate it at the same time, and I'll explain that. I really like the story in this film. I think it's a lot of fun, but you can tell, and this is what hurts, and it does, it hurts, because I'm such a big fan of Joe Spinell. You can tell he was very far gone at this point. He was drunk on the set. You can tell his performance, he was slurring his words and stuff like that. It's just, it's very sad, it really is. It's a good film, in my opinion, but yeah, it's also very, very sad. But it is a slasher film, and Carolyn Monroe and Joe Spinell were in quite a few movies together. One of which is the last horror film, or the last horror movie, and for some reason I was never able to get into that film. I don't know what it is about it. I like the interactions between him and his mom, but I don't know, it's just something about it. I get bored, I get distracted. I don't know. And I think Joe Spinell is a great actor, or was a great actor, but yeah. So much to say about this film. I have reviewed this before. I've talked about it in length before, and it's just an interesting story for those of you who haven't been with me for a long time. I actually, this was one of the few movies that my mom yelled at me and made me turn off when I was a young kid. I rented this with my friend Josh, my childhood friend who lived down the street, and we watched Sleepaway Camp, Pieces. We watched all those movies together. Um, Basically, my only horror friend when I was growing up, because everybody else liked Star Wars and stuff like that. But I'll never forget it. My father went to Heckinger's, which was a um, home improvement type store, to get a light fixture for our bathroom. Next door was I believe it was a Blockbuster, if I'm not mistaken. And we rented Maniac and brought it home. And I got as far as in the beginning, when he's with the prostitute in the room. My mom happened to walk out in the sunroom as my friend and I were watching it. And as he's removing her scalp, she was like, And she turned it off and made me turn it off and yelled at me. So apparently, she was greatly offended by Maniac, which means that I had to kind of, you know, I had to see it and fell in love with it. And yeah, it's just a great film, but I figured you guys would enjoy that. Um, Check out Maniac. It's just an awesome film. Check out The Undertaker. Um, Other than Joe Spinell being drunk, and yeah, it is a fun movie. So, and don't forget to check out Joe's review and see what he picks as a relatable recommendation. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.